I got a heart for missions back in elementary school when we were doing a research project on countries that were poor and in need of things. And she said write down 3 things that if they had, that would change their country completely. And I wrote down water, food, and Jesus. In September, I went on a mission trip to South Sudan with Bill Gibbs and a couple other people. It was just a really cool experience. Got to, see the people and kind of the pictures that I saw like on my computer, I saw in real life. I want to be a full-time missionary, like that's my goal. Jesus changed me in a way that I've never experienced, made me turn away from those things that I didn't know. Like I didn't know any better. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that don't know Jesus, don't know that there's a better way. Living sent, your goal is to constantly make Christ known, not yourself known. You do a YouTube channel, podcast, whatever it is, glorifying him through it, through music, whatever you do. Always have God on your mind to get to others instead of sharing a story about what you did today, share about how God used you today. Always trying to bring the conversation back to Christ so that way you can make him known to others.
I got a heart for missions. I feel like the first time I kind of recognized it was whenever I was spending my first year at 1 week. A lot of my bunk roommates were from Agape Pamoja, and they were refugees from the Congo. That opened my eyes to the fact that God doesn't only love people like me, but also people completely different. In 2025, I went on a missions trip with Abundant Life, led by Steve Brown in Kenya. We were in a small children's orphanage, and we walked into this literally a mud hut, and all the beds they were living on, like, you couldn't even call them mattresses. They were just thin pillows almost looking. Like your spirit is just super heavy. Coming to the realization of what these people are experiencing on their day-to-day life. And then while we're in here, everyone's looking around just like super somber, and you just hear from the church building, probably about 20 yards away, all the children of the orphanage start lifting up the song, How Great Is Our God. And it was just like, it brought tears to like every one of our eyes, because like, these are your living conditions. All of us are just in awe that like people actually live in conditions like this. For me, reaching people far from God is not only a commandment, but a passion. I think anyone who's really had their heart changed by God, like, just wants other people to experience the same thing they've experienced. There's no joy like living in the Lord's will. For me, living the A life means not just seeking after God, but living in the joy that he's given us. And so we walk in joy as we tithe and as we serve people.
Our next step as a family in A-Life is to continue doing missions trips together, whether it's, again, downtown here local, within our community in Lee Summit or Kansas City, or to do a big family trip abroad. We've got 3 older boys that are all experiencing God's work in different ways in their lives, but we've got 2 younger kiddos that are still going to walk that path, and we still have the responsibility of leading that and setting that example for them to see what it looks like to serve God and, to be in tune to his nudges and to obey them.